Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience. Welcome to another Thursday night edition. Welcome to the streams. Welcome to the Hardcore Sports Network. You've landed on the mothership. You landed on the experience.
Awesome power of nature, hot excitement of freedom.
Because after you get struck by lightning, there's thunder.
Taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the noose off.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl Cole, and welcome to the streams. Welcome to another edition of the Wrestling Experience. Tonight we're going to be discussing AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite took place last night, ladies and gentlemen, in beautiful Arizona, and it was AEW's debut in Phoenix, Arizona last night. We're going to discuss that. And we're also going to rewind the Elimination Chamber. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to rewind the Elimination Chamber. But I'm not here alone, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no. I brought back another wrestling extravaganza for you here tonight. He is a polarizing figure of the IWC. He has all his shows on YouTube. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, he tells it like it is. And ladies and gentlemen, the Lightning Flash update is one of the most popular things on the streams every Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. He has a Twitter handle known to mankind, ladies and gentlemen. He is real. He is honest. He is passionate. He is a friend of mine, and he's a supporter. And I cannot wait to bring him back on the streams. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the one, the only return for the third time ever. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the one and the only Mr. DJ Storms. Let's add him to
Oh,
those.
man. I'm feeling it, baby. And you see right there, the founder of DJ Storms Productions right down below.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause.
That was a great intro. Trust me.
Yeah, and ladies and
thank you for the applause. I greatly appreciate that.
Yes, you do. You deserve it, and so much more, my friend.
I will drink to that.
Yes, and welcome DJ Storms to the Wrestling Experience.
Now, listen, before we get started, listen, that intro was great, but I think that you're going to have to hand it over to me here, because if there is one thing that everyone wants to hear, it's the greatest fucking intro in the IWC. No one's got it like I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get off the stage for a minute because this man is charismatic. He is passionate, and he is going to entertain you like no other. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. DJ Storms.
All right. Give me 1 second.
There we go.
Me. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the one and only DJ Storms, and I would like to welcome each and every single one of you to a very special edition of the Wrestling Experience. We are streaming live on none other than my personal Facebook, the Posse page, YouTube channel Hardcore Sports, YouTube channel of Earl Cole, my YouTube channel, and Earl and my Twitter handle. We are everywhere on 7 different accounts It is going to be a big night, but as of course you already know who I am, that would be Mr. Controversy and the operator of the best damn Twitter handle shit. Do you smell?
Yes, pure excellence.
What is that? What does it say it again, or what is it?
Pure mother jumping excellence.
Damn right, baby. The smell of pure excellence. Wait for it. Wait for it. To mankind. And Earl, thank you so much for having me back on the wrestling experience. I am telling you, baby, you know what I got to do? I am on fire, baby. I am on fire so much so that I got to tiptoe. I'm burning. I am burning tonight. But anyway, Earl, in all seriousness, thank you very much for having me back on. And I am very much looking forward to talking Dynamite and the Chamber with you. Got two very good shows to talk about.
Yes, we do. Ladies and gentlemen, all of DJ Storm's links are in the description below. All his links are in the description. Give him some subs. Give him the love. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be part of the Hardcore Sports Network, all you have to do is follow them on Twitch at Hardcore Sports Fun. Follow them on Instagram at Hardcore Sports Network. And follow them on Twitter at Hardcore Sports. And hit that like button. Hit the like button on my channel. Hit the like button on DJ Storm's channel. Hit the like button on the Hardcore Sports Network. And subscribe. We greatly...
I think I need to get my intro in there too, so don't short...
No. We don't cut anything out on this show. Oh, no, we don't. And I don't remember, I do always remember, ladies and gentlemen, when DJ Storms is on here, he has to get his intro in, and I have to do what I need to do to come across. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I ask DJ Storms, how do they find him on social media? You can find me on social media very simply. All you have to do is follow me on Twitter at WWE Earl C. That's WWE Earl C on Twitter. Instagram, you can find me at EarlC99. And of course, you can find me on Facebook as well. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate it. I am also a senior member of the DJ Storms Posse page, and I'm the senior administrator of the page. And ladies and gentlemen, I bring you all kinds of news, rumors, and reports on the page. So that is how you're going to find me in the social media world. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and I greatly appreciate it. And of course, I'm part of the Hardcore Sports Network family as well. DJ Storms, I'm going to turn the floor over to you, my friend. How do they find you on social media?
Well, that would be pretty easy, Mr. Cole. You can follow me on social media at HistoryMakerDJS. That is at HistoryMakerDJS. That is both on Twitter and Instagram. Please make sure that you follow my personal Facebook as well. We are streaming live on it right now, so shout out to the people that are watching there. For collaborations and business inquiries, please send me an email. stormstakeover@gmail.com is my email. Once again, stormstakeover@gmail.com. And it's your boy Leo making it known to everyone, I am the best. I am the top of the line. I am him. Even though Carmelo Hayes, he says he's him on NXT, everyone knows that when it comes to the
Hello, Leo.
I am him. So shout out to Leo. He's fucking awesome. please make sure that if you go and like the official DJ Storms business page, I may just send you an invite to join the official DJ Storms Posse group on Facebook, which we are also live on right now. And Earl is, of course, a senior administration member of the Posse page. Hey, well, Leo, once again, Leo is dropping facts all damn night. I equal ratings. That's what I do. People
Yes, Leo.
That's what they do.
Yes, Leo.
And Dee, of course, she's my number one mod. She's awesome.
Hi, Dee.
But if you haven't already done so, please make sure that you share the stream out on all platforms of media, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever social media platforms that you may be using. Share it out on social media, because that way everyone will see the wrestling experiences live right now. Everyone needs a little daily dose of DJ Storms. Everybody needs a little dose of Earl Cole in their lives, because we are the dynamic duo of the IWC. Ain't nobody better. We go together like tacos and Tuesdays, even though it's Thursday, but we're still turning up on a Thursday, because with DJ Storms and Earl Cole, you're always going to have a good time. Of course, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button when you go and check out my channel or Earl's channel or the Hardcore Sports channel, because we are growing. We are expanding faster than the speed of light, baby. It is going to be a big year for all of our channels, for all of our brands. You are going to want to get in on the action. So hit the subscribe button. And of course, hit that notifications bell with a huge coup de grace, because that way you're going to know whenever I pop up on YouTube. Because whenever I pop up on YouTube, oh, baby, it is the best time to be on YouTube. And I want to ask y'all a question. Do you know why it's the best time? Matter of fact, I'll answer that for you, because it's the only time that you're going to get to see this glorious sideburn chin strap combination and this beautiful mustache right here. Hey, Earl, what time is it?
Oh, it's comb time.
Oh yeah, baby, because no one else does it like I do. This perfectly crafted black ace comb, because I am the ace of the IWC. So I think that we should light it up right here on the wrestling experience with a little and a dash of and a whole lot of because like fresh French fries right out of the oven, nicely salted with garlic salt, of course, because garlic salt is the way to go, and a freshly handcrafted turkey burger with some provolone cheese on top. Provolone, provolone goes good on a turkey burger with some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Nice fluffy bun, hot and warm. You put it together, and it's just so good, because I'm the tastiest snack in the IWC. Everybody wants a piece of the Storm's Meister. You already know the drill. And Earl Cole just got his money's worth tonight.
No, I certainly did, ladies and gentlemen. You know, let me explain something to you guys. When this gentleman comes on my streams, you know, the views are just absolutely fantastic, because he's fantastic. He's hot. His brand is hot. The viewers he has is hot. And I thought it would be great tonight to merge all of those together. And then that's exactly what I did. So in honor of DJ Storms, we are broadcasting not only on his YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen, not only on the DJ Storms Posse page, but we're also broadcasting on his personal Facebook page as well, in honor of him, because I respect this gentleman, I respect his mind, and I respect where he's going in the wrestling community. And if nobody respects him, then you're gonna have a problem with me. And I don't think you want none of that.
You don't want none of that. If you ain't gonna give me my respect, then you know what? You can get the fuck out of here.
well, he said it. I didn't. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have on our menu AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite last night took place in Phoenix, Arizona, as the road to Revolution continues. And we got some brand new matches out of last night's Dynamite that we're going to discuss. Just let you all know, next Thursday, I'm going to have the Revolution prediction show. And Mitch Kosky has agreed to come on the show. So me and Mitch will be going through the Revolution card, and we're going to give you our predictions and our thoughts on the card as a whole. So that's happening next Thursday on the Wrestling Experience. I hope you'll tune in and watch, because it will be a great conversation, to say none the least. So DJ Storms, let me ask you a question. What did you make of the build for last night's Dynamite, and what did you think of it as a whole?
Show was much better than last week. Not to say last week was a terrible show, but last week was a little bit more storyline driven, and on top of that, they packed a little too much into last week's show. I love what Tony Khan has been doing, and Dynamite has definitely gotten back on the right track. The shows have been fantastic this year, but sometimes he just tends to overstuff the show. He tends to put too much into one show. Thankfully, that wasn't the case this time. Everything got ample amount of time. Everything was nicely booked, and this show flowed a lot better than last week's. And overall, we got a very, very solid show. We got some storyline build towards the matches at Revolution. And Revolution, if they want to, Revolution could very well end up outdoing last year's Revolution. And I'm not sure how that's possible. But let me tell you something. When it comes to AEW and Tony Khan, I know they're always trying to outdo one another. And I do think that Tony Khan could very well outdo himself this year at Revolution, just like he did last year at Revolution. So we got a very good show.
Yeah. Let me just say something. I thought the build for last night's show was fantastic.
Yes.
I thought some of the matches were. Now there was one match that I thought the ending was a little clunky. I didn't understand why they went with it. But anyway, we're going to talk about it. And the women's division, we're going to talk about that as well, because I'm a little confused. But anyway, we're gonna discuss it. So let's just jump right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just jump right into it. Will Yuta took on Orange Cassidy. The match was great. The match was fantastic. Orange Cassidy, let me say something. I don't know why everybody hates on Orange Cassidy. I really don't know. I'm kind of at a loss. The man could wrestle. Okay, now he does some comedic things and stuff like that, and everybody thinks he's a goofball and everything else. But I find him to be very highly entertaining and highly athletic, and all his athleticism in the ring and everything else. What's up, Chad? How are you doing? Thank you very much. So I just thought in my head that I don't understand why nobody likes Orange Cassidy. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the match was great. I love the nuance of the match. Both men played a great part in the match. Orange Cassidy retained the title, and I had no issues with the finish whatsoever. I had no problems with it. I think Orange Cassidy is great. I love to see him in the ring, and him and Will Yuta. What a match. Back and forth, up and down. There was one point in the match where I thought Yuta was going to win the title and he was going to be a double champion, but that did not happen. But anyway, I loved it. DJ Shum, what did you think of it?
I thought this was actually the best AEW All-Atlantic title match to date. After all the matches that we've seen, and props to Orange Cassidy as well, because Orange Cassidy, ever since he won that championship, he's been a fucking worker. He's been a worker. He's been coming out defending the title on a consistent basis. He's beating a lot of big names, and he's putting on great matches. Now, Orange Cassidy's favorite match up until this point was probably the one with Kip Sabian at Battle of the Belts number 5 earlier this year, actually the first week of January. And that was a great match. That was probably Kip Sabian's best match to date. But
Right.
this one blew it away. You could have put this on Revolution and it would have fit like a fucking glove.
Yes.
And one thing that this proved, obviously, it proved that everyone that hates on Orange Cassidy is an absolute fucking retard and should really, really open their fucking eyes. Because the guy is an absolute fucking stud when it comes to the style of professional wrestling. Everything about Orange Cassidy screams professional wrestling, and the guy is doing a fantastic job at working, bringing people to great matches, and I believe he's on a 17-match winning streak, if I'm not mistaken. So he's credible.
Yes.
So whoever beats him for that All-Atlantic title, all that credibility is going to be transferred to them. And Wheeler Yuta, one thing it proved is that Wheeler Yuta, he will be a future All-Atlantic champion, TNT champion, world champion. Wheeler Yuta is the future of AEW. And after he drops that pure championship, and after he moves up to AEW full-time, because he's going to be on Ring of Honor for the foreseeable future, because he is the pure champion, and Ring of Honor is starting up again next week, which I am excited about, and hopefully I should be able to start covering that on the LFU, so keep your eyes out for that. It is going to be a very, 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 very interesting journey to see Wheeler Yuta come from the Blackpool Combat Club, and then he'll go to Ring of Honor, he'll do some work there, and then he'll come up to the AEW television shows permanently. And when he does win an All-Atlantic championship or a TNT championship, it's going to be a big moment. Right now, I can't really answer the question of who takes the title off Orange Cassidy. It really is an open field. They could do Jungle Boy. They could do
Ricky Starks.
They could do him. They could do Powerhouse Hobbs. They could do someone like I don't know. There's a lot of different scenarios. Maybe a Rey Fenix. You could insert the Lucha Bros in there as well. But there's a lot of different scenarios that they can go with. But as of right now, Orange Cassidy, still the All-Atlantic champion. I did not think he was losing the match to Wheeler Yuta. It was an excellent match of the night by far, and Orange Cassidy retains.
Yeah,
so, the biggest positive of the show for me.
Yeah. Again, one thing I loved about the match too is that how Cassidy and Yuta utilized their signature moves in the match. I thought that was fantastic. I thought that was for putting each other over in the match, and the familiarity between the two of them. I mean, everything that they did was absolutely fantastic in this match. I agree with you, DJ Storms. I agree with your assessment wholeheartedly.
And you know what else? Both of them are homegrown talent.
Yes. And AEW knows how to take those stars and utilize their talent and utilize it well, by the way. Like I said before, they utilized each other's moves, and I absolutely loved it. I had no issue with it. And one thing that I loved about the match also was when Claudio Castagnoli came down to ringside and he slapped the stew out of Yuta and gave him, ladies and gentlemen, the courage to go in there and take on Cassidy. I mean, it didn't work, but it did spark the match, and it did get more energy amped up in the match. So I had no issues with that whatsoever. So those two things I thought I took away from the match, and it was great. Orange Cassidy is great. Mitch Kofsky is not a fan of Orange Cassidy, but you know what? Listen, Mitch.
Kofsky, what the fuck you doing, man?
I mean,
what the fuck are you doing, man? I thought you were supposed to be one of the smart ones.
I mean, but anyway, I digress. Orange Cassidy retains the title, and I loved it. Match was great. Match of the night. I gave, A+ across the board from the both of us. Yep. All right. Let's talk about this for a second, DJ. So let me see if I can pick your brain with this. Ricky Starks was in the ring. Yeah, I love when you do that. Ricky Starks, ladies and gentlemen, Ricky Starks came into the ring and he issued an open challenge for Revolution. Now, what happened afterwards was very interesting. He wants his hands on Chris Jericho so bad. Chris Jericho came out last night with those spiked outfit, all those spikes in his jacket and his pants. I said to myself, I said, my gosh, I said, if there was an open plug and he accidentally went into it, he could have shocked himself to death. But anyway,
I gotta get me one of those jackets.
yeah, I don't know where he got it from, but anyway, I digress.
1 second. Lisa's in the chat. Lisa, we got to talk afterwards. Are you or are you not coming on the rundown for AEW Revolution? Because I need a fucking guess. And I think it's about time I get Lisa on the channel.
Yeah, Lisa,
Anyway,
answer the bell. Okay. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Jericho came in the ring. He was saying to Ricky Starks that he didn't want to, he was not on his level. The two of them went back and forth, but finally, Chris Jericho broke down and said yes to Ricky Starks at Revolution. But here's the caveat to the thing. The Jericho Appreciation Society has been barred from ringside. He agreed to that stipulation as well. So DJ Storm, what did you make of the whole interaction and the whole segment?
I thought that the segment was excellent. And if you paid attention, here's something that a lot of people don't really tend to do. People do not pay attention to the little details and the underlying stories and little tidbits of information underneath it all. People were asking, oh, this was a weak segment. Oh, people were saying, oh, this was a weak goading tactic by Ricky Starks. If you paid attention, you would understand that what Ricky Starks did when Jericho said, nobody outsmarts the Ocho, Ricky Starks just outsmarted Chris Jericho.
Yes, he did.
If you paid attention, Ricky Starks came out with an open contract for an open match at Revolution. Not want to be left off the pay-per-view. And he even said it himself. He wants to move on from Chris Jericho. But Ricky Starks knows that Chris Jericho is that much of an egomaniac. He has so much of an inflated ego. Jericho even said, you can't have Revolution without Chris Jericho.
Right.
Jericho has such a big ego that he could not resist. He wants to say no. But when Peter Avalon came out, Jericho saw this fucking bum parading around, gave him a fucking Judas effect, went to the ring and said, you can't have Revolution without Chris Jericho. And Ricky Starks said, yeah, maybe you could beat me one-on-one. And Jericho, he gave in. Jericho was played like a fiddle by Ricky Starks. You even saw Ricky Starks with that sinister grin on his face. He had this grin on his face that said, yeah, I just outplayed this motherfucker. I outplayed this motherfucker, and now I got him at Revolution. And he wants the rematch because Jericho embarrassed him by having the JAS put him through a table at Dynamite a couple weeks back.
Right.
By the way, I love the little list of Jericho tribute with the fucking pen. I thought that was, I thought that was
I thought I thought that he was gonna say, you just made the list. I thought he was gonna say that. I thought he was gonna say that.
I thought it was great. Crowd pop. Crowd loved it.
But you are absolutely right, DJ Stones, on what you just said. You are absolutely right with what you just said. I am not going to argue with your logic whatsoever. I agree with you 1010%. The problem with wrestling fans is, listen to this. The problem with wrestling fans is they do not see the overall picture of every storyline. You've got to look at every little nuance of the feud, of the storyline, of the thing. Now, listen to me carefully. I'm just going to add what DJ Storm says here. Let's say, for example, Ricky Starks came out and he said, I want an open challenge. Okay. Let's say, I'm going to say, let's just say AR Fox comes out. AR Fox comes out and he says, well, you know what? I want to take you on for the first time ever. Okay, fine. He signs the contract. The match is made at Revolution. AR Fox takes on Ricky Starks. What do you think Chris Jericho would have done? Chris Jericho would have probably interfered in this match. And Ricky Starks knew that. He knew that. So the only way, listen to me carefully, ladies and gentlemen, the only way he could have done this deed was to do reverse psychology on him and made him eat out the palm of his hand. And that is exactly how you take your enemy and put it in the same box as you. That is the way you do it. You do reverse psychology. That is what you do. That is exactly what you do. He did it perfectly. He did it with execution and he did it with laser focus and he wasn't thinking about anybody else. Okay? So if you can't understand that fact, then you can't be a wrestling fan. You just can't.
And you can get the fuck out of here.
Right. You're lost because I got it right away and I got it immediately. Okay, because he knew exactly. He knew if he would have picked anybody else in that locker room, whether it would have been AR Fox, whether it would have been the Butcher or the Blade or whoever it is, he knew that Chris Jericho's ego would not allow him to sit on the sidelines at Revolution. He was going to interfere in that match and he was going to make a point. And Ricky Starks knew that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is good storytelling. That is good manipulation. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you do reverse psychology on somebody. That's how you do it. That is how you do it. And I had no issues whatsoever with what he did in that ring.
Looks stacked.
Yep.
Looks stacked.
Yep. Good stuff. Good promo from me and DJ. Great stuff. Great stuff. Loved it. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. The Acclaim took on Big Bill and Lee Moriarty. Match was good. Match was great for what it was.
It was okay. It was kind of a setup match. It was just it was mainly kind of a match to keep the Acclaim's momentum rolling because inevitably, and I do believe we will see this, we're going to see the daddy ass heel turn at Revolution. And by the way, the Guns, I gotta shout out the Guns. The Guns are doing some great heel work.
Yes. Absolutely.
They know that the fans hate them, so they go out there and they say to themselves, you know what? Let's just be absolute fucking dickheads. And it works. Right. It works. By the way, Austin Gunn is a great promo. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Austin Gunn knows how to fucking get heel heat. Colton, he'll get there. But right now, Austin Gunn, to me, he's got the conviction on the microphone. And he has a very punchable face, by the way, which makes it even better. Right. But it was a pretty quick, pretty effective match. Nothing too over the top, nothing too crazy. And the Acclaim get the win. If you noticed, Daddy Ass, he had a little bit of a mint look on his face. So I don't know. Maybe there's some tensions brewing there. And I think we could see Daddy Ass heel turn at Revolution. Yeah, I agree with your assessment. Match was great. The match was fantastic. The match was what it is. Like DJ Storm says, this is a bridge to that Fatal 4-Way tag team match. And that's going to be a banger. That Fatal 4-Way is going to be a banger. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it was good. Let's talk about this one for a second, DJ Storm. Christian Cage. Oh, man. And Jungle Boy. Ooh, this segment was red hot. Christian Cage has got to be taking facial expression class from Edge. He had facial expressions on. Yes. Yes, he did. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. It turns up the heat more on this feud. And we all know this is heading to Revolution. We all know. Let me ask you something, DJ Storm. Would you make a stipulation for this match? No, I would not actually. I would would not make a stipulation for this match. I would have Christian win this match, and then this could lead to an unsanctioned match down the line.
Okay.
That's what I would.
Well, I would agree with that assessment as well. Jungle Boy was busted open, and he was left bloody, battered, and bruised in this match. But I'm telling you something. This was this was a good segment. This was a good segment. This was a great segue to their match at Revolution, and I hope that I know it'll be official very soon. Okay, let's talk about this next match. It's Sky Blue took on Saraya. Now, let me just say something here before we continue here. I am confused. I'm confused with this women's division and these babyface and heel turn. Now, I'm not sure why this happened, but let me just explain something. Let me just do a backtrack here. When Saraya debuted at Grand Slam. Okay. She was a babyface. She was a babyface for a very long time, a couple of weeks, couple of months, whatever. Then all of a sudden, Tony Khan flips the script, and now she becomes this heel, um, this bitchy heel, or that takes spray paint and sprays loser on their opponent. I'm confused about that because first of all, how quick did you turn her from by the fans loving her to now all of a sudden she's supposed to be a heel? I don't I think that's confusing the audience. I think you jumped the gun too quick to make her a heel. I think she should have stayed a babyface. That's my opinion, and that's my opinion only. I can't speak for everyone, and I can't vouch for anyone, but that's the way I feel. Um, and then all of a sudden now you're saying that Jamie Hayter is supposed to be a face. I don't know what is going on here.
Well,
I have
that I don't mind. And to be quite honest with you, I feel as though the reactions that Jamie Hayter's been getting and how over she's become, that was probably the catalyst to the heel turn with Saraya and Tony Storm. Now, granted, Saraya works better as a heel, and this is all leading to an inevitable women's blood and guts. But it just seems as though there's no real true progression, and they're just recycling the same thing week after week. I'm guessing that, listen, I understand that they're building towards the match at Revolution, and that will inevitably be the catalyst to Ruby Soho's heel turn, which I have no problem. I think it's going to be a very good women's triple threat. But at the end of the day, it just seems very, very repetitive. I don't mind the pairing with Tony Storm and Saraya. I think it's a decent little pairing, and they're doing what they're doing well. They're taking it out on fan signs and they're being bitches. I have no problem with that, but it doesn't seem like there's any real true progression. It seems as though we're just waiting on to see where Ruby Soho is going to fall, and then probably Sheeta's going to come back and she'll land with Baker and Hayter. Then we'll probably get Athena as well because she's an ex-WWE individual, and she will join the freelancers in which they're calling themselves. She'll join Soho, Tony Storm, and Saraya. And then Thunder Rosa will probably come back, and she will join Britt Baker's side and Jamie Hayter's side and Sheeta's side. And that will be the inevitable final teams for the women's blood and guts. So this was pretty much a nothing match right here, a setup match. Sky Blue, I enjoy watching Sky Blue, actually. Sky Blue's gotten a lot better in the ring, that much I will say. But it seems as though they did the heel turn, which I don't mind because...
But let me. I'm sorry to cut you off, DJ Song. Let me ask you a question here. Let me ask you something. Are you confused about Saraya? Are you confused between the heel and the baby? Are you confused? Was it too much? Was it too quick? Did he jump the gun too quickly?
No, I'm not confused about that. It's a scenario where I understand why they turned them heel, but they have yet to explain the true reason behind what they're doing. It just kind of felt like Saraya and Tony Storm just one day said, these AEW originals, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They haven't gone through what we've gone through. They haven't gone through what we've gone through. They're not stars like us. That's pretty much where this storyline came from. That's pretty much where the heel turn came from. But they've yet to really explain that. Now, once again, like I said, it seems as though they're just dragging it out to the inevitable pay-per-view match where we will inevitably see Jamie Hayter retain like she should. She is still the hottest woman in the division right now. She should not be losing that title. And inevitably, we will see Ruby Soho turn heel. Now that's what I'm getting from this. It seems as though they're not explaining it enough. By the way, shout out to Jeffrey Turner and shout out to Hula Grim. Hula Grim was recently on the Rewind for WWE Elimination Chamber this past Sunday. He is a beast. Go follow him on Twitter.
Yes. Hello, guys. How are you?
But like I said, it just seems as though they're doing what they're doing and they're doing it right, but they don't really have a true basis that they've explained for it. Again, like I said, they're just waiting on that heel turn for Ruby Soho, which will come on March 5th.
Okay. Well, I like the way you explain that.
It's just not captivating enough.
No, yeah, I'm glad that you cleared that up for me because the thing is that I was a little taken back by it. I was like, what are you doing here? Like 1 minute you want the audience to believe that she's a heel, and then you made her into because I think when she debuted, she should have been a heel, a full blown heel. If that's the way you wanted her to portray her, she should have been a full blown heel. You shouldn't have had 1 minute she's in the pot, and then the next thing you take her out of the pot, and then you. I mean, I just was confused. I don't know. But anyway, I do agree with what your assessment is. I do agree with that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, the match was okay. The match was what it is, and we did get the match set for Revolution. Jamie Hayter is going to take on Soho, and what was the other one? What was the other one? Saraya. In a triple threat match. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, it's another match that absolutely belongs on pay-per-view.
Yep. Okay, so let's move on to this. This segment was absolutely woolly, wild, and all over the place. And let me tell you something.
Boy, man, MJF.
Yeah, MJF and Bryan Danielson. I mean, this segment, they were beating the stew out of each other. They were beating the stew out of each other. And let me tell you something. I don't know about you, DJ Storms. I cannot talk for you. I cannot speak for you. But let me tell you something. This Iron Man match is going to be a banger. And I think this is going to be the match of the night at Revolution. I have a funny feeling. In my bone. And he is just absolutely a great heel. He is a great. I don't want to see MJF as a babyface. I want to see MJF permanently as a heel because that is what he does, and he does it well. He pisses people off. He pisses them off where they want. He pisses them off enough to where you want to smack the snot out of him. That's MJF. That is
Brian's kids. I love it.
Yeah, I mean he crossed that line last night with the wife, the kids. That's what heels do.
And by the way, according to Sean Ross Sapp, it is legit that him and his fiance have split up. So what he was saying was true. He wasn't bullshitting.
Oh, about Brian's.
No. What he said about him and his.
Oh fiance. His fiance. Oh yeah. Okay, but but what did you think of the segment? What did you think?
I feel like I sound like a broken record. We can go on and on about this, but holy fucking shit, the guy can do no fucking wrong. I don't think there's ever been a bad MJF segment in AEW. There hasn't been a bad MJF match. He's like the promo version of Sheamus, banger after banger after banger after banger. It is unbelievable. I cannot wait for this fucking Iron Man match. Cannot fucking wait for it.
I think they're gonna melt down the Chase Center.
I think it could be a contender for match of the year. Now, it's going to be a little hard after what we saw at Elimination Chamber, but we'll talk about that in just a moment. We're going to wrap up Dynamite very soon.
Right. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this match. The tag team battle royal. Tag team battle royal to determine the teams that's going to go into Revolution, the Fatal 4-Way. Now, let me just say something here. Let me just say something. The match was okay, but the ending was I didn't like the ending. I hated it. I just wish that AEW would not do endings like that. I really wish they wouldn't do anything like that. I didn't care for the winners. I didn't care for it at all. I think that Top Flight should have won the match, in my personal opinion, or they could have gave it to Jeff Jarrett, somebody else, but not Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of the winner.
Listen, here's what I will say. The match, was fun. The match was fun. It was fine for what it was. And I get that they're heat magnets. I get that they play their roles well. And yes, they put on 2 very entertaining matches with the Acclaimed. But I mean, come on. Come on. We have seen the days of Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal challenging for the tag team titles. I get it that they're probably there simply to take the pin. They're merely there to put over other talent. I get it. I fucking get it. But at the end of the day, come on. If you got the Lucha Bros in there, if you got the Dark Order in there, if you got Top Flight in there. Now, Top Flight, I would much rather have them win the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship.
Okay, all right. At
the same point in time, they would have been much more suitable contenders. It was a fun match. It was a fine match. But at the end of the day, come on. You could have done much better than Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. Yes, they're not going to win. And they're merely there to help get other talent over. But again, we've seen the fucking days of that. I think it's really time to move past it. And at the end of the day, if they're going to be on TV, I think it's about time that they are on TV in merely small doses. It's really time to move past the Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett train being a prominent thing on AEW television. And listen, again, I think that they play their roles very well. They're heat magnets, and they do a great job at it. Jay Lethal, I would love to see Jay Lethal as a singles competitor fighting for the TNT Championship.
Right.
And Jeff Jarrett knows how to be a fucking prick. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean I want to see them challenging for the tag team titles for the 3rd time this year.
Right, and that's what I'm trying to say. Now, Jeffrey made a very good point. He was just said either Top Flight or maybe Roosh and Preston Vance.
I would have gone with the Bros.
I love to go to the Lucha Bros too. Anybody but that. I just didn't care for the ending. I just thought it was a clunky mess. I don't want to see this again. I just hope that this is the last time I see these two in a tag team title picture. I don't want to see this again. I'm not a fan of it. Not a fan of it.
Brim's about to start drooling over Lisa in the chat. Anyway, continue.
Okay. All right. We are up to the main event of Dynamite, ladies and gentlemen. And it was Jon Moxley taking on Evil Uno. The match was great. Let me tell you all something.
It was quick, but it was
quick. It was quick. It was okay. It was okay. The match was okay. I had no issues with it. I love the way Jon Moxley is so vicious in the ring. He is vicious. He was ripping Evil Uno's mask off. And let me tell you something. When he had his finish, Moxley had the finish on Evil Uno. Did you see how the blood was just squeezing out of Evil Uno like it was ketchup? It was absolutely, I just could not believe what I was watching. I couldn't believe what I was watching. DJ, so what did you make?
Evil Uno can wrestle. Let's not discredit him.
Yeah. DJ, so what did you make of the main event?
I was having a ball watching Jon Moxley beat the shit out of Evil Uno. When Moxley beats the shit out of people, it's fucking quality TV to me. Who doesn't love Jon Moxley beating the ever-living shit out of people? Come on.
Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Anyway,
Texas Deathmatch, man. Oh, by the way, I called it, by the way.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And that's why I brought you on my show today. That is one of the reasons. I want to congratulate you for calling that match. I want to congratulate you. That was perfect. Brilliant booking by you. Great things. It was great. It was great. Yeah, the match was fantastic. The match was great. The main event was fantastic. It was a great night. It was a great way to close Dynamite. It really was. Um,
Why is the Nightbot telling Next Shift to stop spamming emojis? Dude, we're not getting paid for this shit, Nightbot. Chill. Nightbot, you don't need to be the fucking YouTube police. Okay? We're not getting paid a dime for this. We're not gonna kick out Next Shift.
right.
Nightbot, oh my god. I mean,
Um,
thankfully he's not a troll, but holy shit, Nightbot's got his fucking panties in a bunch.
right, exactly.
Anyway. Well, I think we're about to move on to the chamber. Is that correct?
Yes. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that was AEW Dynamite. Great show. Clunky ending to the battle royal. Didn't care for it. What overall grade, DJ Storms, would you give Dynamite?
I give it a solid B plus.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'd agree with that. Yeah, B plus for me. Yeah, I would agree with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to something that was really, really good.
Chamber, baby.
It was the Elimination Chamber. Ladies and gentlemen, the Elimination Chamber took place over the President's Day weekend. It was on Saturday night, February the 18th. Saturday night, February 18th, from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And let me just say something here. Let me just say something. Outside of Lesnar and Lashley, which that was something else. But this was by far a better pay-per-view than the Rumble.
And it may have been the best Elimination Chamber pay-per-view to date.
Right. So what I'm going to do is we're going to skip around a little bit tonight. And DJ Storms and I, we're going to talk about this one. We're going to talk about the main event of Revolution. Chamber. Sorry, excuse me.
You're skipping ahead, dude. Listen, I understand. Evolution is looking great, but one pay-per-view at a time.
Right, exactly. I'm sorry, folks. Pardon me. We're going to talk about the main event of Elimination Chamber, and that was Sami Zayn taking on Roman Reigns. The match was a banger. For nearly 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. For nearly 5 minutes, these guys did not lock up. The audience went bananas. They went bananas for this match. They went bananas. DJ Storms, what did you make of the main event?
It's going to be very, very, very hard. And again, I said it once, I'll say it again. I don't want to disrespect Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns, but there is not a single fucking chance that they will come close to the amount of energy and heat that Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn had. So when Sami Zayn said this is once in a lifetime, that wasn't just a promo. That was a motherfucking shoot. That was a legit shoot right there. That is a once-in-a-lifetime type of match, type of reaction, type of scenario where the stars align perfectly. And I'm telling you, just watching it live, it really was. I've used this word, this term so many times, but it was bone-chilling. It was legitimately bone-chilling, and it's going to be very, very hard for anyone to top the reaction that Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns got. And Roman Reigns, he had the crowd in the palm of his fucking hand. Just like Sami, Roman Reigns, he had the crowd eating out of the palm of his hand with his facial expressions and just mannerisms and just the way he walking with his swagger, and he was trash talking Sami Zayn's wife. It was great.
And he was cocky. He was a cocky, pricky heel.
Yes, I love it. Loved it.
I had no issues with it. I had zero issues with it. If the referee didn't get wiped out in the ring and get away, I think Sami Zayn would have walked away with the title. I think that would have probably
I
happened.
think that's my match of the year thus far.
Yes. Yes.
That and the men's chamber.
Yes. Which we will discuss. But I'm telling you something. This was a great main event. This was absolutely the storytelling that they've done with this storyline and how they just kept building it and building it and building it and building it. It's absolutely gold. It is 24-karat gold, and I am absolutely invested in it. I'm absolutely invested in it. I love the nuance of everything in this match. It was absolutely chef's kiss. Perfect. Great
I think we
story.
also need to acknowledge something right here. And a lot of people, they've been wondering what's going on with AEW and how they've kind of been slacking a little bit in the storytelling. Here's what I've mentioned this before, and I'm going to have to mention it on the stream. I think this is the first time I've mentioned it on the stream. I don't think people realize just how good this Sami Zayn Bloodline storyline has been. And then you include Kevin Owens as well.
Right.
The WWE main roster, and I'm not talking about NXT, even Black and Gold. I'm not talking about Black and Gold. I'm not talking about Gargano Ciampa. I'm not talking about who attacked Aleister Black. I'm not talking about any of that. I am talking about WWE main roster, Raw and SmackDown. The main roster has not seen a storyline, an angle, a feud of this magnitude since the Yes Movement.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
There's not been energy felt like this since the Yes Movement.
I agree.
You don't think that's going to have an effect on the rest of the industry?
Yes.
I want everyone to think about this right now. Outside of Sami Zayn and the Bloodline, is there any storyline in WWE? Just take WWE, for example. Is there any storyline in WWE besides Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, and the Bloodline that you genuinely give a shit about?
Nope.
We got some decent ones here and there. I'm not going to say none, but we have some decent ones. But at the end of the day, they all fall flat. The crowd and the fans have just been so invested in this Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn storyline that nothing else comes close to it. Everything else, if you compare that to the Bloodline Sami Zayn angle, everything else feels flat. Ripley and Charlotte feels flat. Balor and Edge feels flat. Gunther and what he's doing. Listen, I don't want to discredit Gunther because he's probably the second best thing in all of WWE. But even he's not at the level of what Roman Reigns and the Bloodline are doing. And then you take a look outside the wrestling industry. It's not like there's no storylines going on in AEW. There's plenty of storylines going on in AEW. And they're not bad. Could they be better? Absolutely. There's always room for improvement, and you can always work to get better. But at the end of the day, they're not bad storylines. But if you compare them to what the Bloodline and Sami Zayn have done, no one's going to be talking about Bryan Danielson and MJF. No one's going to be talking about Ricky Starks and Chris Jericho. They're talking about the meteoric, organic rise of Sami Zayn. Mercedes Moné and Kyrie put on the best women's match of the year thus far at Battle in the Valley, which I watched. It was fantastic. But at the end of the day, were people talking about that over Sami Zayn and the No. Sami Zayn has not only resurrected his career, but he's resurrected interest in the Bloodline, because after WrestleMania, they were falling flat. And that's not because they're not great. It's because they've already run through everyone. And they it
was right. And then another thing too is not to cut you off, but another thing too is it wasn't connecting with the audience. It started to fall flat on its face. But the minute Sami Zayn was inserted, the minute he was inserted into the Bloodline, the ship was turned around. And Another thing too is about this storyline that I like is the attention to detail. Most storylines in wrestling don't have attention to detail. Most of them don't have attention to detail. And this storyline had a lot of attention to detail. No stone was unturned in this storyline that you could ever say was missing from it. There was nothing missing from this storyline. Nothing. Jay Uso's involvement, Kevin Owens' involvement. I mean, all of these pieces that they just put in place like a puzzle, and it worked. The entire thing worked. And like I said before, this was the best main event I have ever seen in a wrestling match. And it got an A+ for me because this was great. This was fantastic. All right. Let's talk about the women's chamber match for a second. Let's talk about that for a second. I thought the women's chamber match did not outdo the men. I thought the men outdid the women, and it outshined the women. Unfortunately, because the reason why I said that is because first of all, there was hardly no crowd reaction to it.
No.
Was,
to be fair, that there was some crowd reaction to it.
Yeah, there was a little crowd reaction.
I think it's a little unfair to compare it to the men's. I think that if we're going to compare the women's chamber, we should compare it to the past women's chambers.
Oh, okay.
If anything, this is probably the best women's chamber match that they've done.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fair.
Their roles very nicely. We had a couple of decent spots, and above all else, we got the right winner.
Yeah, we got the right winner. Yes, we did. Asuka did go over. Everybody predicted Asuka to win this chamber match, and she did. She went over. She went over and she won the match. Yeah, I apologize if I was a little harsh with the women's chamber. I wouldn't say that
you were harsh, but I think you were kind of comparing apples and oranges right there.
Right.
You can't compare a women's chamber to a chamber match that has Bronson Reed and Johnny Gargano,
right? Okay,
and Ford and Damian. You can't do that. I mean, those are elite level athletes.
Okay, all right. Well, all right. Well, the women's chamber anyway. It was a good match. It was great. It was good. It was good for what it was. Asuka winning. She's the #1 contender. She's going to take on Bianca at WrestleMania. I have no issues with it. I have no issues with it.
We have to acknowledge one thing. Let's acknowledge the improvement of Liv Morgan. I thought Liv Morgan was
Liv Morgan's performance was great in this match. I thought she was fantastic at her improvement. I mean, light years better than when she first started. Light years. She held her own in the chamber, and I had no issues with it whatsoever. I had no issues with it. I thought it was a good chamber match.
And she was protected too. She passed out.
She protected. She was passed out. And like I said, Asuka is your winner. She moves on. She moves on to WrestleMania. And all right, let's talk about this next one. Bobby Lashley took on Brock Lesnar.
Why?
Why was this on the pay-per-view? Why? If you were going to make this kind of finish,
like that, why?
Why did you put this on pay-per-view? Why did you hurt us like that? You were doing good in 2 matches, and then all of a sudden you threw this. This was probably a Vince McMahon booking. This had all the makings of Vince McMahon in it. This match was horrible. I didn't like it. I didn't like it whatsoever. I did not like this match at all. I hated the finish. I hated the way he was manhandling the referee. I didn't care for none of that. None of that in the match was necessary. All of that was not necessary. The match was just ridiculous. The match was ridiculous.
Fucking DQ. And not to mention that now, reportedly, according to the reports, it is not a swerve. we're legit getting Brock Lesnar versus Omos. We got to deal with fucking Nigerian Great Khali at WrestleMania taking on Brock Lesnar.
I mean,
I don't even give a shit what anyone says. Ever since Lesnar came back at SummerSlam 2021, this has been the worst Brock Lesnar run we have ever seen.
yes.
Outside of the main event at SummerSlam with Roman Reigns. Here's what I'm trying to figure out. How many times does he work? 7 times a year? 8 times a year? Why can't you bring that to a match every single time? You don't have to go through fucking tables and jump off fucking tractors and use steel chairs every time. But at the end of the day, I would like some motherfucking effort. Holy shit. It's the same shit every fucking match with Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Spear, F5, spear, F5, spear, F5. It's like a fucking finisher fest on WWE 2K.
Right.
I don't even give a shit what anyone says. Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley has been one of the worst wrestling trilogies that we've ever fucking seen. We go from one of the best with FTR and the Briscoes to one of the worst in Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. And by the way, Earl, did you watch that double dog collar match with FTR and the Briscoes yet?
Yes.
And you're telling me, listen, I'm not saying we need that from Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, but I mean, give us something of substance. Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, the match was terrible. The match was just awful.
Low blow. That's how this feud ends.
Right. The match was gross. I don't know what else to say. This was probably the downer part of the show. If you would have taken this match out, this would have been an A+ show. Right. I mean, it just didn't do it for me, y'all. And why is Omos taking on Lesnar at WrestleMania? That is not a WrestleMania worthy match. He's back in charge. Not completely, but he's back. Oh jeez. This is not this. And by the way, you know what's even the crazier part about all this shit? You know what's even the crazier part? The crazier part is that, you know who wants a match with Brock Lesnar? Gunther. He wants a match with Lesnar. And that's a match that I've been pitching for SummerSlam. After that shit, I don't want Gunther anywhere near Brock Lesnar. You know what I would do? I would pay Brock Lesnar to sit out the rest of his contract. Right. What value does Brock Lesnar have? What value does he have? Lashley's above this. Gunther's above this. Omos, he's below Brock Lesnar, but that's not really saying much because Brock Lesnar's become a lazy fuck. But at the end of the fucking day, holy shit. Wow. I mean, this match wasn't good, y'all. This match wasn't good. This match was just it was crap. It was goose shit. Yeah, it was goose shit. I mean, first of all, I just don't know what to say anymore about this. I really there is just no words that I can use other than what the fuck. What the fuck? And listen, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I think I need to bring out something that has been retired for a very long time. Oh, I think I know what you're gonna say. It's a very hashtaggy word. I don't. Oh, what is it now? In my old infinite age, I forgot what it. Oh, what are you doing, WWE? What are you doing? I knew it. Fucking knew it. What are you doing? Oh. Vince McMahon don't know what the fuck he's doing. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. Here's something that was really good. Edge and Beth Phoenix took on Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. I love the mixed tag match. Loved it. Very fun. Loved it. They protect Rhea from getting pinned because you don't want to stifle her momentum going into WrestleMania. You don't want to do that. So I called it right then and there. I said, yes, they're going to put a glam slam on her on the outside. She's unable to continue. They leave Balor alone in the ring, and he gets the pin. Perfect. They saved Rhea. They didn't pin Rhea. I was happy about that. Great match. Great stuff for what it was. DJ Stones, what did you think?
Outside the little brass knuckles botch, I thought it was a very good Knicks
Right.
match. And
Right.
I kind of had it backwards. I thought that Rhea Ripley was going to win, thanks to interference from Dominic, and he was going to pin Beth Phoenix, and that was going to result in the Hell in a Cell. But instead, Edge was the one that got the pinfall on Balor after a very nice looking shatter machine by Beth Phoenix and her husband Edge. And it looks like we're going to get Demon Finn Balor versus Brood Edge in a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania, which I have absolutely no problem with whatsoever. I think they're going to put on an excellent match. I think they're going to put on a match better than the match that they put on at Extreme Rules. Now, Extreme Rules, that was a very nice story that they told there, but I think that this match is going to outdo it. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I really am.
Yeah, I love the match. Match had great chemistry in it, great nuance, and I love the way WWE did the finish. I love it. They called it right then and there. I called it. I said they're going to take Rhea out of the picture and they're going to leave Balor alone in the ring, and that's exactly what they did. Great stuff. Great match. Loved it. All right, let's talk about what is going. Fred needs to end the song. Oh, okay. All right.
Fucking hooligan, man. fucking hooligan wants to be a fucking smartass. This fucking guy. I let him on my channel, and this is how he fucking repays me. What a fucking.
Well, there's only one thing. Anyway, there's only one thing I can say about that.
Some like it hot. I like it really hot.
Oh, did you
derailed people off the tracks? Headed straight into a fucking abyss.
Oh man, I love DJ Stars. I love when he comes on this channel, man. It's so much. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this one. The men's elimination chamber. It was Austin Theory versus Montez Ford versus Bronson Reed versus Johnny Gargano, Damian Priest, and Seth Rollins. The match was great. It was a banger.
One of the best chamber matches ever.
Yep, it was a banger. It was a banger. It was a banger. I loved it. It was great. Right person won the match. And let me tell you something. What do you think about that Logan Paul Seth Rollins match at WrestleMania?
Banger. 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 Fucking banger. Ain't that gonna be fucking good? And
Yep.
Logan Paul, my God. Listen, I think the guy's a fucking idiot in real life, but when it comes to professional wrestling, holy shit. The guy has got it. The guy,
Yes.
the guy legitimately, he reminds me of myself. I'm sorry. I know I compare every fucking douchebag prick to me, but I mean he does. He
Well, you're not a douchebag prick, DJ. So
No,
you're
no,
heaven on earth. You're heaven on earth, my friend. But anyway,
I'm an angelic douchebag. There you go. I gotta put that on a fucking t-shirt. Hashtag get that trending in the chat if you guys can. Hashtag angelic douchebag. Throw it out there, people. I want to see it. Hashtag angelic douchebag. Here, let me start it. Let me Let me type this shit out. Angelic douche bag.
Yeah, DJ Storms is going to tweet that out, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get, this match was great. I loved it. Look, I had thought in part of the match, I thought in the part of the match, yes, I thought one part of the match, I thought Montez Ford was concussed. He looked concussed
What a
as he was
sell
getting,
job.
huh?
What a sell job.
Yeah, what a sell job. I thought he was. I thought he was concussed. I really thought he was concussed after that stomp on the steel grates and the mat and everything else. Apparently that's not what happened. But anyway, uh, like I said, the match was great. The match was fantastic. I
I
had no
thought
issues
Johnny
with it.
fucking killed himself.
Yeah, yeah. There was a lot of spots in this match. A lot of spots. A lot of great spots in this match. These men just brought it. Everybody that was in that chamber, every man that was in that chamber brought it. I like the ending. I like the way Logan Paul interfered and cost Rollins the United States title. I had no issues with that whatsoever. Hey, it's not this. There's no disqualification. So hey,
Austin
things.
Theory. How good does Austin Theory in the United States title look?
Yeah, yeah.
I think
Um,
now we're finally starting to get a solid United States champion and a solid reign being built up. And after Austin Theory beats John Cena, he's going to look even better after WrestleMania.
yeah. I mean that. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great. It's gonna be a great WrestleMania. Let me ask you something, DJ. So before we wrap up here, what did you which night would you like to see Logan Paul and Rollins? One or two?
It don't matter. Just give him fucking 20 minutes and have him tear the house down.
Okay. Well,
Don't even matter.
okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Elimination Chamber. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Elimination Chamber. We had some great matches and a clunker in the middle, but hey, you still got a great chamber. And the WWE did right by the fans because they gave us a receipt because we didn't get a good Royal Rumble. We didn't get a good Royal Rumble. So
It felt like Triple H wanted to give out an apology.
yes, yeah, and he gave us a great chamber. He gave us something to remember the chamber by. And let me tell you something. Props to the Montreal, Quebec audience. They brought it. All 17,000 of them. They brought it. They brought that house down. They were all invested. Thank you, Lisa. We greatly appreciate it. Lisa said she wants to see that in night number one. I agree with that, Lisa. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all, Lisa. I wouldn't. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for my show. That's going to do it. Me and DJ Son went through the chamber. We went through Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and came back. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for my show. DJ Storms, again, I have to thank you for your awesome brilliance and your awesome mind and your awesome analytics. I cannot do the show without you. I hope to see you in the near future, my friend. I will call upon you again to march forward and come to the stage again and enjoy the experience, the wrestling experience. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be back in cyberspace Monday night for the Monday Night Raw watch along. So I hope that you'll tune in for that. We're going to have fun with that. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back next Thursday with the wrestling experience as we do the Revolution prediction show. It's AEW wrap-up show and Revolution predictions, all rolled into one. And my guest will be the incomparable Mr. Mitch Kosky. So he's going to be here. He's going to help me sort out all of this and so much more. But I hope everyone has a great weekend. DJ Storms, have a great weekend. To you and your lovely family, have a great weekend. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It will be the Lightning Flash update with this gentleman, Mr. DJ Storms. He's going to break down all the news, rumors, and reports that you see here in the IWC. He'll tell you all about that. Plus, he'll have his weekly show review on Raw, SmackDown, and of course, Rampage. All of that and so much more on the Lightning Flash update, which, ladies and gentlemen, I am a loyal viewer. I watch it each and every Saturday. And if I don't catch him live, ladies and gentlemen, I catch it on the Encore. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, you can catch the encore of my show as well on my channel. You can catch the encore of this show on my channel, and of course on DJ Storm's channel as well. If you want to be entertained by the two of us, because let me tell you something. When we come together, it's like peaches and cream. It always comes together and it always works.
But
So
we're not done yet. We're not done yet, and I'll tell you why. Because there is a very important question that everyone must answer. No one's going anywhere because y'all got to answer this very important question. Earl, the question is, who runs the IWC?
oh, let me see. Let me think for a second. Abe Lincoln.
He's
No.
been dead for years.
No. DJ Storms, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, baby. Who but DJ motherfucking Storms? And don't you forget it.
All right, everyone. Have a good night and have a great weekend. And I'll see you on Monday night.
Awesome power of nature, hot excitement of freedom.
Because after you get struck by lightning,